We are live on YouTube. Hi, everybody. Yes, I know that a lot of you look at this after the fact, and that's perfectly fine with me. This is where I usually do comedian interviews, and today we have a special episode, very different than the others, like I'm hinting. This is not a comedian interview, although my co-host is Jay Rivera. Wave, Jay. Yeah, he is a comedian and a booker and a producer, and he's everything here in Vegas. We love him because he's got strong ethics and really cares about promoting comedians and helping them create their craft through his shows. So shout out to Jay for that. You're awesome.
No, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yes, and then our guest of the moment, as long as she'll stay with us today, I popped this on her in the last few minutes. She's so awesome to come on. The lovely, her name is Evelyn Pacheco. She's an Army veteran. She's the president of Nevada Women in Trades. And let me read you a little bit that she sent me about Nevada Women in Trades. We prepare women for successful careers in highly skilled blue collar, in parentheses, trade organizations. Hashtag, when you support Nevada women veterans, you support working women everywhere. You support working women everywhere. I believe it. I've gone to her website, which is nevadawit.org, nevadawit.org. And it's amazing. They have a 190-hour course that's all inclusive that prepares women in the trades. They do a lot of things, not just for female veterans either. They offer courses for, let's see, ex-offenders, of course, veterans, reentry, underrepresented minorities, and people aging out. How fantastic are you, Evelyn?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for having me on here. And it's very nice to meet you, Jay.
Likewise. It's actually going to be great to meet you in person later tonight. It's going to be a great time. God willing, we put a great little lineup together, and we were lucky enough to get Miss Linda Marcus Smith to join in, especially since she is a veteran herself. So it makes it's going to make for a great show.
Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And good food too.
Yes. Oh my God. If you haven't eaten there yet. Yeah, like I can't wait. I mean, it's vegan, but you can't tell, man. It is so delicious.
I pulled it on my grandkids, y'all. I went over there to get a tester, and I brought home a couple of tacos. I didn't even tell the grandkids what it was, right? I just said, here, you want some tacos? And they ate it, and then I told them later. Then it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, oh, all right. Well, it's already too late. It tastes delicious, so we're going to move on now,
Yeah.
Well, I know what I want to know, and I'm sure Jay's desirous to know this as well. What made you being a female military veteran of the Army like myself, that's part of probably what inspired you to have the Nevada Women in Trades. But can you expand on what your passion is behind your organization, please?
Well, the passion was, I was told I couldn't do it. So that's what started it, right? When you know that there's people out here that can really use some help with getting a better paying job and to get a lift up, right? And then you knowing that, wow, that you've helped some of these women and talk to them. And so then I found out there was Chicago. So this is national. So Women in Trades is all over the states, y'all. They're in Texas, Washington, Chicago, Ohio, even Alaska. Even England has some stuff going on. Canada is doing some stuff too, y'all. And I just thought Nevada didn't have a Women in Trades, right? And why not do it, right? I mean, it makes sense. And plus, we're like one of the capitals of construction. Here is Nevada, right? There's a lot of construction going on here. So, yeah, and then I'm raising the one grandbaby, right? And I was thinking about her, like, what am I showing her, right? What am I showing her? What am I letting her know about empowerment and how you can do whatever you want to do and it doesn't matter, right? And so then I just started doing it. I started working on it, started getting the curriculum, tried to figure it out. I had Don Johnson, that was my first year instructor. He helped me. I had other community partners that put their input on it, and I just put it together. And then I got my team, and I have board members, and we've helped 3 women get into trades. We have one in IBW. We got one in the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Union. We have another female that's in the Carpenters. And we have some that applied for, that did flagging, have applied for Local 12 Operators Union. We got one now. She's applying for the Sprinkler Fitters, 669. We have those that because I have an partnership with Department of Transportation, so you can get your CDL. I can help you. My team can help you with the Culinary Academy. I have a partnership with the Culinary Academy too. So
nice.
This is
That's awesome.
5 partnerships with the 5 unions that I have too. So, and I've been doing it since 2018. My first class was 2019. But just think when somebody, and to tell an Army person, I'm just going to say Army, y'all, but to tell a person that's been in the military period that they can't do something when that's what we do, right? We get the mission and we go do it. We don't have where, exactly, right? We don't have where you turn around and say, well, wait a minute. What did you say that I had to do? We don't say, well, wait a minute. What else do I need to? No, it's here you go. You better get there and do it. And that's it, right?
I never met a military woman who wasn't like that, Yeah.
I like listening to somebody tell me no, and then I say, and why is that? And then I look for what I can do on the side to make it work. Just keep talking. I'll find and tell me more about.
Because we know that you cannot go to somebody and don't have a solution or answer. We know that. You do not go to nobody and say, no, that doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
No, that's not working. So that's why I don't understand why when people say, oh, you're very, you're very precise or you're very focused. Well, I'm military, y'all. You know what I mean? Come on, that should be a given, right? That should be a given. But that's all right.
I can't wait to meet all the ladies tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are coming. I sent out, I did a podcast last week to all my veteran friends. I got on a veteran podcast and they helped me to promote it. Asian Community Resource Center, they put us on their website. I sent out to all, I got Fort 4 media access. I did that and everybody. So everybody knows. So we're going to see, right? We're going to see, but I just know it's going to be a success no matter how, right? It's about, it's not so, it is about how many come, but it's really about it flowing, right? About it being, everybody enjoying themselves, right? And laughing and
I can promise you it ain't going to be a holy retreat. It's going to be absolute, it's going to be a fest for sure. I can't wait to actually have, everybody there to make them laugh. And the one thing I could say though is just, I really, again, I'm with you. I'm hoping that I've been promoting this for a little over a month. It's gotten good traction. So I'm hoping that people do show up because honestly, it's not only for a great cause, but it, hey, ain't nothing bad with getting some free, some food included, and you get to help out, get to laugh. So
and you're helping out, and then too, it's about the community because I'm having a summit September 30th. It's called National Alliance of Women in Trades, and it's going to be at CSN Community College, and it's about empowering women in non-traditional careers. And we're having all kinds of community partners, and MGM is sponsoring us along with CSN Women's Alliance. And this is my 3rd one, but it's beautiful though, right? That's awesome. You come out and I have entertainment too. We got food, we got speakers coming from all over, people being interviewed, and it's just like, this is what we're supposed to be doing, right? This is what it's about.
Quit bragging, lady. We get it. You got a lot of pull. Right? Quit bragging.
Whatever. No, I don't. I work my bejeebies out for my pool, okay?
Didn't I see you with the mayor in a picture?
Let me see.
A ribbon cutting?
Yes, and I've taken a picture with the now president and with Kamala Harris. I have yes, because it's important, right? That people see your face and that you're doing things out here. You can't get any type of traction if people don't see you, right? You can say, oh, I'm doing this, and that, but if they don't see you out there, then they're like, oh, okay, well,
Yes.
how well and true are you, right? If you're not out here, just like you, Jay, you're in the community. But if you said, oh yeah, I'm doing comedy, but nobody ever sees you, then they're like, oh, okay.
Now you're doing comedy for ghosts and stuff like that because ain't nobody outside of the house, But no, I mean, honestly, it is one of those things. The more people you can get in front of, the more people you can, get help from to promote any event, anything of that nature. The more you're seen, at the end of the day, the more it just means you're more involved in the community in that aspect. So yes, you're doing it the right way. Absolutely. Get in front of everybody you can,
Right. Well, I want to ask, could I ask a question? I just want to ask a question. Sure. What's your, so Jay, what's your MOS or your, or what, maybe you don't have an MOS, maybe it's something different. I know different. If you're Navy or Air Force is different than if you're Marines or Army.
Well, I apologize. I don't know how that got mixed up, but I am not a military person myself.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Jacob is, Joshua is, and Miss Linda, of course, is. The original headliner we had was Kirk McHenry. He was also a veteran, but there were some date changes. He couldn't make that happen. So we got a very funny guy to at least replace him as our headliner. But no, I'm not been military. My father was, but I wasn't around.
But hey, Pops was, what was Pops?
He was Army. That's why he's deaf.
Hi. Whoa.
Evelyn, where did you serve, Evelyn?
Fort Jackson, y'all. I was in Fort Jackson and went to Aberdeen Proving Grounds in Maryland, and so my where I went back to was Minnesota. So it was interesting to leave Minnesota to go to South Carolina. All that snow, y'all.
And it's a different world, ain't it?
Right. It was like weird for me. I got off the plane thinking the white stuff was snow, but it was actually sand. I was like, oh.
What year? I was in 73 to 76. What years were you in?
I went in 85. So I went in 85 and then to 85 to 92.
Awesome. Wow.
Oh, wow, you were there for a bit.
And light wheel mechanic, 63 Juliet. So I did that. And what's interesting is when I was done, and something's extra interesting too that I want to say, because as a woman and getting out of the military and not really keeping up with it, not getting into it, not staying in it, and it's something because I thought that veteran women, or veterans period, I should say, were only those that went to fight or those that went across the seas, but I stayed stateside. So when it was brought to my attention 5 years ago, I was like, no, I'm not a veteran. What are you talking about? And Sergeant Dixie, who's very famous here, and Donna Lee, very, very known here and really helped the community. And Dixie's like, what do you mean you're not a veteran? I said, well, no, because I didn't leave. I didn't go anywhere. And she smacked me in the back of my head and was like, what are you talking about? You're a veteran. Did you do this? Did you do that? I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, then you're a veteran. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. Oh. Yeah. And it's pretty sad because there's a lot of us, and it's not just women, it's men too, that like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. I don't know what that we do. Right. But, it's a beautiful thing, though. I'm proud, to say that I did that, and
bless you for doing it, both of y'all, man.
But it's interesting because you have people that try to quiet you and say, "Oh, you can't talk about that," or "I don't want to hear that," and I'm like, "Wow,
that's interesting."
It is. So I'm like, well, let me get you in front of some Vietnam vets and see if you're going to do all that, right?
Yeah.
Because that's disrespectful to me. It's like, I was going to die for this country, right? So, excuse you. But I loved it, though. I did. Oh, wow. But I got something out of this, self-esteem. And I think staying focused like I am with the business. And like you said, the deterrent part, right? You just keep going. It don't matter if you smack that wall, you go around that other crumb or you go up over it, right? I mean, that's what you're taught, right, Jay? You weren't taught to say, oh, okay, I'm going to just... Oh, no. Pops was like, hell no, you ain't finna just...
I actually wanted to join the military, but literally I already had a game plan. I was going to go Navy, maybe try to get into some type of special force type of situation where I could be a sniper. Don't ask. But like, it was because I had open heart surgery and asthmatic, automatic, I was out. They were like, you ain't coming.
No. Yeah. No. They didn't want to spend no more money on you than they had to.
I mean, I was like, it's your loss, but okay.
Yeah, they didn't want to spend no more money, right? They're like, well, wait a minute, if we do that, then we might have to spend some more money, right?
Yeah. Like the government is ever like not just spending money on hopeless things,
I wanna know, Evelyn, in terms of your passion with your targeted audiences that you serve, what made you come up with ex-offenders? Because I have a couple in my family, and I think it's so amazing that you're willing to minister to their needs.
I think it has to do with, that's part of the underserved, right? That's part of our life, right? That's part of aging out. Those are coming out of the foster system. When I found out, when you get out of the foster system, and they give you a check for $500, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, they send you a check for $500. And I'm like, but how is that supposed to help you after 18, right? Like, and that was something. And then plus the incarcerated women, because it's almost like it's a revolving door, right? They don't give you stuff or give you any type of things and all the barriers when you get out. Because really, I mean, if you don't make sure you don't fix some stuff on the reason why you went in there, and how can you do that while you're in there? You got to do that when you get out. And then you get frustrated, right? Because now the support system's gone and the family's back in place and the friends are coming around. And I just think it's really sad that we are okay with the revolving door. I'm just going to say it that way. Pretty blunt, right? But
I know once a year, when every city has a veterans stand down, do you know what those are?
Yeah.
Well, when they have those, they expunge records. And do you get a list of the expungements that they do so that you can tie them into your courses?
Well, I'm already involved with that. I'm already involved with the public defender's office. Matter of fact, they're going to be my speaker at the summit. So the public defender's office is.
Good stuff.
So I'm already tied up in that already. I already know about expungement. They come on as guest speakers when I have my class in October, my pipeline class. So I'm already, and guess what else? And I can say this, I am helping North Las Vegas women. I mentor them. And matter of fact, I'll be doing it next, I think Thursday night on my own time. I mentor the women that are in the North Las Vegas jail. And it's so beautiful to do that.
Well, God bless you for doing all that, man, because again, it just takes somebody to believe in you, and it makes a world of difference. I mean, when my wife tells me, at the buffet, I can't eat anymore, I love to prove her wrong, and it's just her believing in me enough to finish my plate. No, I'm just joking. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be a fool at the wrong time. My apologies. But I get it. But you know what, though? God bless you again, because honestly, those people in their predicament, their circumstances, they're coming out to a different life. And, you're actually giving them an opportunity, not just by trying to help them, it's also giving them some structure so that they could actually follow something that just like, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next? No, here's your plan. Start step 1, get to step 1, finish it, step 2, and it means a lot to people when going through their I guess, the rebranding of themselves,
Yeah, that's exactly, because, and they want to know that you're going to come back, right? So what if I only did it? So I've been doing this since October, coming on there. So, and I knew if I started it, I had to stay with it, right? I couldn't just do, I'm going to do 1 month and then I'm going to stop, right? Because that means like, they're like, oh, here we go again, right? Here's a typical, right? They start helping us. And then 4 months later, everybody disappears. And I told myself I wasn't going to be that person.
That's so
I put money on my phone so that the women from Florence and the women from the North Las Vegas jail can call and ask me any questions. I mean, you got to fix it, right? You can't just, I mean, if you're in, you're in, right? If we in the trenches, Jay, we in the trenches, right?
Yeah, I'm not military, but yeah, absolutely, man. I get the concept, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the concept that I see, right? It has nothing to do with
the right way to
military.
look at it.
Right, but if you're in the trenches, if that's what you call yourself. So in other words, I tell you, you can't have one foot on the couch and one in the dirt. You got to have both in the dirt, or you got to step aside, I'm going to say it, and move the hell out of my way, period. Yeah. Right? Because you're in the way.
That's the right way, and that's awesome.
And you're causing problems, and you're being a gatekeeper, and you're right. And so it's important that we have good allies. We help each other out. And it doesn't matter what nationality, what Republican, Democrat, Independent. That has nothing to do with anything, y'all.
Yeah. We're all humans.
Period.
Period.
In our country, man, I will say this: I've gotten to travel our country a lot, and I do mean a lot because I actually worked for Apple Maps, mapping all the roads. Literally, the majority of the states in our country, I got to touch. And
look at that.
Yeah. So, but the thing is that truthfully, at the end of the day, our country may be divided politically, but at the end of the day, we are one country of people just trying to survive. We're trying to do our best to live our best lives, but at the same time having to deal with the harshness of reality in so many different ways.
Period. Right? Because there's so much going on, and two, the cycle of everything, right? The cycle of the 6-year-old that had a baby at 16, and the mom did, and the grandma did, and the great grandma did, and you're like, wow, like that really happens, right?
Yeah.
Or not be able to get off welfare, or not be able to get off Section 8 because you've been living in that house, and the aunt's down the street, and this, and there's a lot going on with people, and you got to meet them where they're at.
Yep, exactly. But any hope you can give is always great, right?
Period.
So let's talk about the show that's happening tonight.
Vegan tacos. Yeah.
So the show, we get there about 6:30 and get seated, and the show starts at 7:30, and it's a fundraiser for Nevada Women in Trades.org. And so besides the food and the comedy, will other things be happening, Evelyn?
I'm not sure about that part. I just know
I can help with only one thing. That's the only other thing that we have happening. You get a drink included. It's either a Corona or a margarita, and either way, you can't lose.
Right, and it's at 7 p.m.
So here's the thing: the flyer says 7:30. The flyer says 7:30. So this is where I'm the mix. Yeah. So the flyer that they sent says the showtime starts at 7:30. Yep.
I'm gonna be there at 7.
Yeah, we're going to be there at 7 too, because this is going to be a late show for a lot of people. So
I'm going to be there at 6:30. Yeah, so I'll be there at 7. Yeah, I'll get there at 7.
As far as the show is concerned, though, really, we're going to keep it fun. We're going to keep it light. As far as any other things that may be happening, I really can't say for sure. But I'm hoping that at the end, it just does what it was meant to do, which is obviously bring, some benefits to your cause. And at the same time, just, leave with some wonderful memories,
But this is beautiful. Anytime someone calls you up and says they want to help and they believe in what you're doing, right? I mean, that's in itself. And we're in Vegas, y'all. Remember where we at, right? Yeah. This is not, you know what I mean? If I said, I was going to be on the strip or whatever, right? The casinos and lights and brights and oh my gosh, it'd be a whole different thing, right? I just think that the community to me is what runs Las Vegas, not the strip. It's the community that runs Las Vegas, right? Yep. So it's just really appreciative for this even happening to me, and it's a beautiful thing. And comedy evolved, and then you eat again. I'm gonna bring the food back up, right? Because that's like and did y'all check them burritos out, y'all? Oh my gosh,
I had one.
You had one?
I've had one, yo. Like honestly, I've never been so happy to eat healthy. Yeah.
Y'all, the burrito looks like a doggone football. At least that. I mean, I think it is, right? It's big like that.
It's literally like something like you would see like at Roberto's. It's ridiculous,
Yes,
but
and
also
it's not expensive.
Yeah, not at all. I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Alan Glatz because he is the one that really is he started the movement for this. He's the one that's actually reaching out to the charities that we're going to be working with. And the man deserves a lot of praise. So much love to him. And
his family too.
Yes, his family.
I met
Lovely
the
wife
kids,
and
everybody.
kid. Man,
Yes.
God bless him. Yeah.
I met everybody. Yes, and the owner of the restaurant too.
Yes. Oh my God, the whole family over there. I honestly heard that this place is haunted by Liberace's sister. So I'm kind of interested to see if she makes an appearance and just starts knocking over the mic stand or something. Then I'll be hilariously, freaked out, and then I'm out. But because at that point I'm gonna need military women to surround me. Like, all right, y'all need to y'all need to help me out here because women understand other women here, and I'm not the one who's gonna be talking to the woman ghost and making sense.
Right. She ain't doing it either.
Well, thank you so much, Evelyn, for coming on. Is there any parting words that either of you want to say before we tune out?
Go ahead, Jay.
Really, hey, let's have some fun tonight. Let's make it a wonderful memory for all of us. And at the end of the day, nothing but love. Appreciate you for letting us help your organization, and appreciate you, Linda, for having us on here to actually promote it. God bless you both. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll see each other tonight. All right.
And I just want to say thank you again, Linda, for letting me be on here. It's an honor. And thank you, Jay. It's a pleasure to meet you. And thank Panchos, Cantina, thank all of you. But I also want to say to everyone that's listening out there, your past does not dictate your future, y'all.
Amen.
Wow.
All right, y'all.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Go get your tickets, folks. It's not too late. It's happening at 7:30. You can go get your tickets. The links are on all our sites.
But you can also buy them in person if you want. You can also get them there, Dave, when you show up. All right, just bring cash. We like cash.
Yes. Because you got. Yes. Bring cash because they're doing some other things too. They're doing 50-50. They're doing it.
Yes. 50-50. Oh, there you go. That's right. Yeah. And also, hey, if they enjoy the show, we'll have a tip bucket for the comics because obviously they're donating their time. So we're very grateful for them to do that.
All right. All right.
All right, you guys.